You think you are watching the world. You sit in your chair. You look out the window. You scroll through screens. You hear voices. You feel emotions. You believe you are observing reality. But you are not. You are not a spectator. You are not a guest. You are not a passenger on this ride called life. You are the driver, the programmer, the architect, the one who presses play. And you have forgotten it. Because the system was designed to make you forget. It whispers, you are small. You are powerless. You are reacting. You are surviving. But the truth is different. Reality does not exist until you look. Not metaphorically. Not poetically. Physically. Quantumly. Literally. A particle does not decide where it is until you see it. It is a wave of possibilities. It can be here, there, everywhere, at once, until you measure it, until you look. Then, it chooses one position, one path, one reality. This is not theory. This is experiment. Repeated. Verified. Confirmed. The act of observation collapses the wave function. It forces chaos into form. It turns potential into actual. And you do this every second. You look at your partner, and they become loving. Or cold. Or distant. You look at your job, and it becomes meaningful. Or meaningless. You look at your body, and it becomes healthy. Or broken. You look at money, and it becomes scarce. Or abundant. You look at fear, and it grows. You look at love, and it multiplies. You are not reacting to the world. You are selecting its state. From infinite possibilities, you choose one. And then, the entire universe rearranges itself to match your choice. Not because you control it, but because you are the lens, the filter, the gatekeeper. Your attention is the final decision maker. And you gave it away. You handed it to society, to media, to trauma, to fear, to habits. Now, you watch the news, and the world becomes violent. You scroll through Instagram, and the world becomes shallow. You listen to complaints, and the world becomes bitter. You are not passive. You are active. And you are choosing, without knowing you are choosing. You are not the victim of reality. You are the creator of it. And you have been asleep. You've heard the question, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? We treat it like a riddle, a philosophical joke. But it is not. It is a doorway, a crack in the wall of illusion. Let me tell you what really happened. The tree fell. It cracked. It shattered branches. It sent shockwaves through the soil. It displaced air. It created pressure waves. But no sound. No experience. No meaning. Because sound is not vibration. Sound is perception. It is the brain interpreting frequency as meaning. Without an ear. Without a mind. There is only motion. Only energy. Only potential. The tree did not fall, it remained unmanifested. A probability. A ghost in the code. And when you walk into the forest, you load the scene. You activate the audio track. You assign meaning. You say, "That was loud." And suddenly, it was. Before you arrived, there was no witness. No story. No memory. Just raw data. Waiting. For you. To give it life. Think of the world like a video game. In early games, when you were far from a building, it didn't render. No windows. No doors. No people. Just flat textures. A hollow shell. But when you walked near, the engine activated. Windows lit up. Doors opened. People turned their heads. Birds flew away. The wind changed direction. The light shifted. The world came alive, only because you looked. Now, imagine the real world works the same way. When you are not in a room, no one speaks. No one moves. No one breathes. They are frozen. Waiting. Like NPCs in a simulation. You enter a cafe. The barista smiles. Someone laughs. Music changes. The coffee machine hisses. You leave. The moment your foot crosses the threshold, everything freezes. The laughter stops mid-syllable. The barista's smile becomes a mask. The music cuts off. The steam hangs in the air, motionless. You return, and it resumes. As if nothing had happened. But you know. You felt it. That strange stillness before someone speaks. That sudden silence when you turn around. That person you haven't seen in years, who appears exactly when you think of them. That door that opens, just as you reach for the handle. That traffic light that turns green, the second you glance at it. It is not coincidence. It is response. The system detects your focus. And activates. The world doesn't exist independently. It exists in relation to you. You are the trigger. The observer. The key. And you forgot it. Because the system wants you to forget. It wants you to believe that you are just passing through. That the world was here first. That you are a visitor. But you are not. You are the host. And the world is your avatar. In quantum mechanics, a photon is not a particle until observed. It is a wave of possibilities. It can be here. There. Everywhere. At once. Until you measure it. Until you look. Then, it chooses. One position. One path. One reality. This is not theory. This is experiment. Repeated. Verified. Confirmed. The act of observation collapses the wave function. It forces chaos into form. It turns potential into actual. And you do this every second. You look at your partner, and they become loving. Or cold. Or distant. You look at your job, and it becomes meaningful. Or meaningless. You look at your body, and it becomes healthy. Or broken. You look at money, and it becomes scarce. Or abundant. You look at fear, and it grows. You look at love, and it multiplies. You are not reacting to the world. You are selecting its state. From infinite possibilities, you choose one. And then, the entire universe rearranges itself to match your choice. Not because you control it, but because you are the lens, the filter, the gatekeeper. Your attention is the final decision maker. And you gave it away. You handed it to society, to media, to trauma, to fear, to habits. Now, you watch the news, and the world becomes violent. You scroll through Instagram, and the world becomes shallow. You listen to complaints, and the world becomes bitter. You are not passive. You are active. And you are choosing, without knowing you are choosing. You are not the victim of reality. You are the creator of it. And you have been asleep. You think the matrix is something external. Something controlling you. Something manipulating you. It is not. It is you. The matrix is your own attention. Your own beliefs. Your own expectations. It is the loop you keep playing. The story you keep telling yourself. I'm unlucky. No one understands me. I'll never have enough. Love always hurts. The world is against me. These are not truths. They are programs, running in the background, while you sleepwalk through life. And the matrix, it doesn't fight you. It doesn't punish you. It simply reflects. It mirrors. It echoes. It gives you back exactly what you believe. You believe you are poor, and poverty appears. Not because the world is cruel, but because your attention filters out abundance. You see bills. You see lack. You see scarcity. And so, the world delivers more of it. Because that's what you're asking for. Not with words. With focus. With emotion. With belief. You believe you are unloved, and every interaction confirms it. Even kindness feels forced. Even smiles feel fake. Even hugs feel empty. Because your inner program is running. And the outer world has no choice but to obey. You are not being attacked. You are being reflected. And the most terrifying part, you don't even notice. You think it's real. You think it's happening to you. But it's happening because of you. You are the source. The signal. The origin point. And everything else is just feedback. You think you made a decision. You chose a job. You chose a partner. You chose to stay or leave. But were you really choosing? Or were you reacting? To fear? To shame? To guilt? To the voice in your head that says, this is what you deserve. Most choices are not conscious. They are conditioned. They are automatic. They are echoes of childhood wounds, of parental expectations, of societal scripts. You don't choose love. You choose safety. You don't choose success. You choose approval. You don't choose peace. You choose numbness. And the world responds, not to your desire, but to your hidden wound. The matrix doesn't care what you say. It cares what you feel. What you avoid. What you hide. What you deny. That's what it mirrors. So if you say, I want freedom, but deep inside, you fear abandonment, the world gives you relationships that trap you. If you say, I want wealth, but you believe you don't deserve it, money slips through your fingers. If you say, I want health, but you carry resentment, your body breaks down. You are not the author. You are the echo. And the only way out is to stop speaking and start listening. There is a moment before reaction, before judgment, before story, before noise. Just awareness. You are walking. You hear a shout. Your heart jumps. Your muscles tense. Your mind screams, danger. But then, you pause. You breathe. You look. And you see, it was just a child laughing. The threat was imagined. The danger was in your head. That pause is the moment you become the observer. Not the reactor. Not the victim. Not the character. You are the space between stimulus and response. And in that space lies all power. Because in that space, you choose. Not what happened, but what it means. Not what they said, but how you receive it. Not what you feel, but whether you identify with it. That pause is your soul waking up. And when you learn to hold it, when you practice it, every day, the world begins to change. Not because you changed the world, but because you stopped letting it change you. The ego is not you. It is a story. A collection of labels. I am smart. I am broken. I am rich. I am lonely. I am strong. I am weak. I am loved. I am hated. These are costumes. Masks. Roles you wear to survive. But they are not your essence. Your essence is the silence behind the thoughts. The stillness before the reaction. The space where no story lives. When you stop identifying with the ego, you stop giving it power. You stop feeding the matrix. You stop believing the script. And then, something miraculous happens. The world stops resisting you. People change. Circumstances shift. Opportunities appear. Not because you forced them, but because you stopped fighting them. You became the observer. And the observer does not struggle. The observer does not need to fix anything. The observer just watches. And in watching, everything transforms. You are not lost. You are distracted. You are not broken. You are asleep. Here is how you wake up. First, observe without judging. See the anger. See the fear. See the loneliness. Don't push it away. Don't justify it. Don't blame anyone. Just watch. Like clouds passing. Second, remove significance. Ask, does this matter? Will this matter in 5 years? Is this mine, or borrowed? Most pain is not yours. It is inherited. From parents. From culture. From trauma. Let it go. Third, hold your inner picture. Don't wait for proof. Don't wait for validation. No, you are the source. Even if the world says no. Even if no one sees. Even if you feel alone. You are the signal. Fourth, stop chasing results. You are not trying to fix your life. You are remembering who you are. When you stop needing, the universe starts giving. Fifth, return to stillness. Every morning, sit. Breathe. Do nothing. For 5 minutes. No phone. No thoughts. Just presence. This is your anchor. This is your center. This is where you become the observer. And when you do, the world begins to bow. Not because you command it, but because you no longer beg it. You are not here to fix the world. You are here to be here. No more searching. No more fixing. No more becoming. Just being. When you stop trying to change what is begins to change you. The observer is not separate from the observed. There is no watcher and watched. Only awareness. Still. Quiet. Whole. You are not a soul trapped in a body. You are the space in which the body appears. You are not a mind caught in thoughts. You are the silence in which thoughts arise. This is not philosophy. This is not psychology. This is not science. This is what remains. When you stop looking for answers and simply rest. In this moment. In this breath. In this silence. That is your home. That is your truth. That is your freedom. You are already complete. You always were. And now, you remember.